A class 11 student of Kendriya Vidyalaya in the school jumped to her death from a 7-storied building, leaving behind a diary entry that blamed.
An 11-year-old girl jumped to death on the roof of her school building.
Meanwhile, in a shocking incident, a 12-year-old child allegedly committed suicide in a Kolkata school after he jumped off the terrace.
Kota has become a city of suicide for the youngsters. I want, my dear kids, all of you, never to compare yourself with anybody else in this world. We love you more than our lives. It's okay to fail. Be a good man, not a rich man. There was a girl about 14 years old. She lived with her parents, only 3 family members in a posh locality in Kolkata. She comes back from school at about 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon, and then drops her bag. In her school uniform, she takes the lift, goes up on the rooftop, and plunges herself from that top. The result for everyone was shocking, disastrous. Scenario 2. There is this boy who was taking his classes for some kind of competitive examinations to get enrolled in top class technology college in India. There are many students who go to Kota, and Kota has become a city because of the dreams of the parents. Now this boy early in the morning goes to a temple. On the wall of the temple he writes down, "I am sorry, my dear parents, I failed you." He writes it down, and there are many as such writings on the wall of the temple. The boy comes back home and hangs himself from the ceiling fan. These are the incidents not just stray for us. Our news channels are flooded with such incidents every now and then. If you go through the sensational news, you will realize that many young kids are committing suicide in such a great number that the statistics has shown it is increasing with the passage of time. Who are these kids? These kids belong to aspirational middle class of India. Those whose parents are well off, those whose parents must have made some progress in their life but could not satisfy their ambition as much as they wanted to. Therefore, they wanted to actuate their broken dream or unachieved dream into the life of their kids. Our aspirational upcoming middle class parents are mainly responsible for so many suicides happening every year throughout India. Kota has become a city of suicide for the youngsters. I must tell you, just go and search, make a research on that. You will realize. I am not exonerating other cities, including Kolkata, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Go to any city, you will listen to the same story being repeated here and there. Why? It is not that the parents provide corporal treatment to the kids. They do not today any longer beat their kids. I understand that. I am talking about that segment of middle class whose income is quite decent and the family is going to go up along the financial ladder, but the aspiration in the mind of the parents is touching sky high. Result is, although they do not treat harshly their kids, but through their deeds, through their speeches, through their counseling, through their behaviors, through their conducts, they display something. What do they display? They indicate that if you are the first girl, you are the diamond in our eyes. If you are the second boy, we do not really put any importance to you, can we? You have just fallen. somebody else in the class have scored more than you. Look at him, he got 99% in mathematics, you got just 98, 1% less. Why couldn't you make it 99? Now the girl who just managed to get 91%, listening to all these in the peer group and among the uncle auntie group, as you can understand, all the parents, birds of same feather flock together. All such aspirational parents come together and make a group, and they make, just put one matchstick there, burning matchstick, it will immediately explode. So their aspiration make them start believing as if in class 5, 6, 7 or 8 their daughter has become already a successful doctor, their son has become already an IIT computer science engineer earning in crores. They start believing everything which is pure fantasy. In actuality today it does not happen. Go and see my other videos, you will realize. Go to playlist, many such videos are already floated based on what you are going to see yourself as if today you come out as a doctor, for that matter any kind of engineer and all. So I'm not going to discuss that one. Point is, it is the thought that the guardians have imbibed over last 20 years of their experience. Yes, last 20 years India saw a boom in computer science technology. Although the technology has undergone an abrupt change, no longer it is just the same. The competition has gone manifold up, so it is not easy to get into the competition. I'm not going into that today. Point is, they put indirect pressure into the mind of the kid. If you very carefully look into the mind of the kid, you will notice since the age of 5, 4, the kid becomes extremely competitive, no empathy. For the sake of competition, for the sake of getting 1% more, cutthroat competitive mind arises in the mind of the kid. An LKG student, 4 years old kid, starts behaving in a fashion as if his or her life depends on the examination today. If he or she can maintain the first position, the 99% kind of performance, then it's okay. Otherwise, his life is gone. It will be as if good for nothing. That much slit throat competition has come up in the psyche of the little kids. It is not that the guardians put direct pressure into them overtly, but covertly, yes, guardians are responsible. The kids start believing into this fact that their impression depends on their performance. Therefore, every day they thrive, they try, they make a maneuver, they manipulate, they will do anything, but nothing about empathy, compassion, fellow feelings. They have forgotten all these things. Result has come to such a fore that today lot many psychologists have been employed into looking after such kids who are undergoing, hold your breath, depression. A kid of 10 years old or 12 years old is undergoing depression. We at this age even cannot guess what is depression. But kids are undergoing depression, and in order to get them out of that, psychologists have been employed. Their sessions have been placed into services consistently, not once or twice, not for a year or two, for years together. Psychiatrists are writing down pills, chemical drugs, and all that to allay the anxiety. Anxiety syndrome, tension is eating away the lives of the little kids today, resulting in mass suicide. If you put them into statistics, you will realize how much anxious these little kids are. Now, if we analyze the reason of the suicide, we will come to know that it stems from lack of confidence. When the kid starts believing, initially the kid starts trying to find out some way. So he is giving the best, she is making the best effort, but she is failing each time. Somehow she is receiving from parents or the peer pressure is increasing, and the impression is coming up to her that the result is not up to date. She takes on herself the anxiety. As a result, she starts believing it is not my cup of tea. Now, first effort, second frustration, then permanent depression. 4. Anxiety syndrome, tremendous anxiety syndrome. 5. Looking for escape route. This is the psychology. Everybody, you, I, and everybody, including the kid, we all pass through this phase of depression. Finally, because the final route that the mind of the child will be looking for is escape. How can I escape? Now they will sometimes say that I want to visit that place, I want to have an iPhone. These are the escapist routes. It is not that the desire of the child is playing. Actually, the child is trying to divert his mind in a way. It is eddy current, as you can understand in electricity and magnetism. You have heard that if you try to produce something, the nature will try to reverse it somehow. So it is that thing. She is trying to find an escape. When that escape also fails, and the kid realizes at the age of only 14, 15, 16, 18 or 19, a teenager, when the teenager realizes that he or she will be frustratingly performing or has performed in such a disappointing manner that the life has gone into permanent despair. Remember, for us, she is not permanently despaired, but to herself, her own assessment is my life is devastated. It is not worth living. In a split second's decision, the kid takes this heinous step. Result we all know. Now, this is the problem, and this is the analysis that we have been talking about. That's cliche. Now, the point is, what is the solution? How should guardians and people behave with a little kid? That the kid, since the age of 3, since the age of 4, when the kid starts mingling with the people in the society or going to the prep school, abacus school, all this little kind of environmental situation, when he or she starts building groups or friends in her mind, it is very important parental counseling come into the fore. FORE means parents will start giving their advice deliberately, voluntarily, every moment, repetitively. Sometimes people say that, sir, you keep teaching the same thing again and again. You keep telling the same thing again and again. Yes, it is Goebbels' theory. Because if you keep on telling the same thing again and again, the kid will partake it. The kid will understand it. The kid will start doing it. After starting doing it, it will be converted into a habit. And the habit will permanently be ingrained into the character. And then she will never forget it. Therefore, repetition is so much extremely important. Parental counseling. Of course, for someone who has become 13 years old, 14 years old, having a very good teacher is very handy, very important, because that teacher acts not only as a subject teacher, he or she also acts as a mentor to give her some light about what is coming ahead and how to behave and take on the life itself. Because life is very flowery, life is full of happiness. Now he or she would show her that path. Now, what is the advice or the counseling guardians must do to each of their kids belonging to age 4 and age 19? What is the counseling? Look, we love you. Just write it down somewhere. We love you more than our lives. Do you know? In our life, the best thing that happened is not my job. The best thing that I found in life is not my increment or promotion in the office. The best thing that I achieved in life is not my big car or big flat in a posh locality. The best thing that happened in our life is when you took birth, when you came into our life. Our entire life, love, aspiration, ambition, purpose, objective is around you. If you like life, we will be happy. If you lead the life the way a good person should, we will be happier. If you turn out to be someone who is loved by all, not an ATM machine, that you will become an IIT engineer or a doctor, an ATM machine, somebody, your wife or your spouse will punch it and you will get a load of money. We do not want you to become an ATM machine. We want you to become a good human being, having empathy in your heart, sympathy for people. It's okay you failed. It's okay you could not do it. Try on, no problem. Entire life is yours. Keep trying. We are with you. We are around you. We will keep supporting you. Only that, every time you make an effort, you should give your best. Do not compare yourself with any Tom, Dick, Harry, with anybody. Only tell yourself, have I done my best today? Tell your kid, if the kid has done the best today and the kid can say to himself or herself, yes, today's effort was my best. You are my angel. You are my heart. I don't care how many times you fail. I really don't care whether you are first girl or the third girl or the fifth or 10th girl. I really never do. I only care that whatever you are trying with complete focus, and every time you are failing, you are trying to block the reason of the previous failure so that your next attempt becomes a little better. As a result, many times over, when you keep on failing, it's okay to fail. You keep on failing, one day you will be successful. The bulb that we have, it was invented by a great American scientist. Eventually, he became the richest man in the US. Tommy, Thomas Alva Edison. All right, short name is Tommy. He failed 10,000 times to create a bulb. 10,000 times. When he became the richest man, he had more than 200 patents and his factory was on. All the media people came and asked him, Sir, you failed 10,000 times. Ask yourself, my dear kid, you fail only once to become first girl. You fail only once to crack NEET examination and you become frustrated. The greatest man on earth one day said, who said I failed 10,000 times? I found out 10,000 ways to make a bulb. Every failure was my pillar on which I stepped and walked up to achieve what I have achieved today. That was Tommy. I want, my dear kids, all of you, never to compare yourself with anybody else in this world. I want all of you not to listen to anybody who says you are good for nothing, you will not become this, or somehow they are showing you not so much, they are not attaching any importance to you. Never see them. Never attach yourself with anybody else, compare yourself. Only see to it. Ask yourself, have I been sincere to myself? Have I given my best? If I have failed, no problem. I shall keep on trying many times over until the goal is reached. If parents follow this formula and keep telling their kids, we love you more than our lives, it's okay to fail, be a good man, not a rich man. My dear parents, I think no one will be so sad and unhappy as the parents of the kids I have just began my video with. That's all for today. Do subscribe this channel and share this video as much as possible. We will meet again. Thanks for watching.